Welcome, guys. What are we doing? I think it's November 29th today, 2018, and we're not doing a garden video, we're doing a beekeeping video. The next step for the garden of next year is to start keeping bees. And these are my AZ hives that I've been starting to build. And there's no real plans if you were to go online. There's some very murky ones, but for the most part it's just pictures. And what I've done here is in my shed, I've got a shed on my property here that I don't use for anything. So in the fall I started thinking about keeping bees, and we had a cold snap and kind of clued me into the expense of bees, the time you put into it, and I decided to keep them indoors. Now, two things that I had already planned on doing before that was I bought 2 flow hives, and I'm going to show you right here as I turn this that I have 2 flow hives, one there, one there. They're installed inside the AZ hive. I'll show you the little top part here where you do the key turn. The roof comes off if I ever need to take them out. It's removable. Right now it's just kind of tied down. And literally it's held together by just these little pieces of wood I got here. As you can see in an AZ hive, it's all indoors. So the door literally just comes right off, and there is the frames. On the back side is an exit for the bees to come and go without disturbing anybody on the inside. So you can do a minimal visual inspection on the hive. If you don't want to go into it, you can just take a peek with a flashlight. But if you really want to, it's sectioned. You can see in this one here, it's actually sectioned into 4 chambers with a queen excluder here, right there. And this board pulls out, so I've set it up right now as 2 separate hives. So you've got one hive here, and then down here you've got another hive. Now, if I ever wanted to make this one huge hive, there's a queen excluder right there. I just pull that board out, and now you've got the bees can actually travel up. This is quite a big setup here. The first 2 I built were these 2. This was the first one. And you see here also on this, it's got the flow hive. So if you just take off this, you can see the key where they turn it, and here I'll take this one off here, and there is the flow hives. Now these are not the these are the Chinese version. These are not the total $700 flow hives. I could not justify that expense. Something that's probably not been done or done very little. But it's the same thing. Right here and here, 1, 2, 3, 4 chambers with a queen excluder in between the middle of them. And bam. So this one here is set up as a single hive, and so is this one. There are 12 frames across, so 12, 12, queen excluder, 12, flow hive. So my thinking on this literally is start at the bottom and let them work their way up. And if I feel like the frames get about 80% full, then I'll pull the board, and they'll have frames here to build into. And if they get up to the flow hive part where, say, there's a real good run on honey and they cap it all off, then, you know, I'll harvest it. But my thinking first year is I'm not going to harvest any honey. Same with this deal here. Now that you'll notice they're different sizes. I've been experimenting with shapes and sizes here. This one here. Here, 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 separate hives in one box. Now my thinking on that is space saving, and these go 20 across. Well, 19 actually. So you have almost 40 frames in that hive and 40 frames in this hive. But once again, I'll start at the bottom, and if they get to the point where they're actually overseeding the 40 frames, there's a queen excluder right here. I'll pull this out and show you. It's right there. So this could be a single hive. It's not designed that way, but if I were to ever get a colony that was just, you know, just insanely huge, it can be done that way. These will always be a single colony with the flow hives. And like I said, here is the double. So the plan is, the shed is just a simple little shed. It's nothing fancy. It was here on the property. On this side of it, I've got my worm bin. I've got a little heater in here. It keeps it about 55 degrees. Right now it's about 26 and really windy outside. It is cold. Very, very cold. Obviously I have power out here. I've got lights in the little heater. They run, well, the lights go off, but the heater runs 24/7. And originally it was designed just for the worm bin. I haven't done a video on this yet because it was also created in the fall first. But there's my worm bin. So I've got worms in here, and in the spring I'll have bees in here. Excuse me. I'll have bees in here, literally along all this wall. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to do a thinner hive here, 5, and then 6. And then along this wall where the sink is, I'll go 7 and 8. So I should have a total of 10 hives with the doubles here. And if I build these two also as doubles, I can have up to 12. So 12 hives in a building is a lot. It really is a lot. This is something I've been looking at online. It's called the AZ hives. It's a European or Scandinavian style. You know, we're gonna see. It's all prototype. I don't think I've done much about it, but we're gonna try it. We get clever. We think we are. And like I say, it goes through to the outside where the garden is. Now it's, you know, it's a cold day. Not that window's dirty, but I've only been building in here, so it's dusty. It's a cold day outside, but the bees actually will go through the wall, and there will be an 1.5 inches reduced down to 1 inch piece of PVC pipe. They'll go through and come back and forth, and there'll be one on the bottom and one on the top with the queen excluder. And these obviously, they won't have a queen excluder. They'll just be 2 separate hives. Or if they do decide to be one big hive, then they'll have the queen excluder pre-built in. But these are permanently mounted. They are, they're here. I haven't put doors on them yet. There's going to be doors on them, but that's the last thing I'll do. And in the spring, I'm planning on picking up 4 hives, 4 packages or 4 nukes, and we'll start with that. And then maybe if it goes well, I can do some splits off of that. But let me show you guys from here. This is the setup. First year, second year garden, and worm bin, second year. And going into the third year is our honeybees. So I'll continue to build. I'm going to start doing some updates, and I'll let you know how it goes. We'll progress. We'll keep the report and progression report going all summer. Right now we're in almost coming up on Christmas 2018. So this is what we've got. All right. Let me know what you think. See ya.